Welcome to Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt of the Marquardt Law Firm at marquardtlawfirm.com.
Welcome back to Talk Law Radio. I'm Todd Marquardt on the radio, 9:30 a.m. Saturday mornings, also 6:30 a.m. Saturday mornings, and also KNTH 1070 in Houston and 103.3 FM in Houston. If you have a show topic or some law or regulation or court case that's confusing or frustrating you, email me at host@talklawradio.com. That's HOST@talklawradio.com, or go to talklawradio.com, and there's buttons that you can push if you want to send me a message. Today I've been talking about a very heavy and serious topic about terrorists targeting teens online, and so I have to warn you that the content is somewhat disturbing. If you have children that are listening with you right now, you might want to change the station. Or if you have suffered trauma in the past that would trigger you in this moment, you might want to change the station. But I do want to highlight how important it is for you to know about this case of this sinner who was just sentenced to 40 years in federal prison for what he did to children, so that you can help your children avoid being exposed to the type of evil that this person did. And if they are exposed, that you can find help through the FBI and the police. Last segment, I talked a little bit about how the RICO law, that's the law where the federal government targeted the mafia and organized crime, racketeering, is being used in a new way by calling social media and internet communication interstate commerce. And so I just wondered to myself, if somebody's not evil, but they're using social media and internet communication online, is there a possibility, is it within the realm of possibilities that somebody could accidentally violate the RICO law in some other totally unrelated way than what I've been talking about so far? So here's the hypothetical. Imagine a person, age 32, a single parent from a mid-sized city, worked a regular job but was struggling financially. Earlier, he joined a popular Instagram and Facebook community called Hustle and Wealth Fam. Now, this is hypothetical, so don't go try and look for it. The group presented itself as a supportive network for people learning side hustles, crypto trading, and online businesses. What if this person simply started liking, commenting on the posts, and resharing the posts about making money online? What if over time this person became more active, posting success stories, inviting friends to join the group, sharing referral links for what the group called investment opportunities in crypto and e-commerce stores? What if this person began earning small referral bonuses, sometimes $50 to $200 per person who joined and invested? What if the group used Instagram stories, Facebook groups, and later moved to an online app called Telegram for more private coordination? What if members were encouraged to recruit others and post proof of their earnings to attract new people? What if what started as a motivational content gradually shifted? What if some members began promoting what turned out to be fraudulent investment schemes and fake business opportunities? What if a core group of organizers coordinated the promotions, collected money from the recruits, and moved funds through multiple accounts? Well, this is what might happen. How prosecutors might use the RICO statute, claim that there was interstate commerce. But the defendant, he might say, I didn't know it was a crime. He might say, I was just trying to make extra money and help others. Well, the prosecutor might argue that this was an enterprise. The combination of Instagram and Facebook pages, the private Telegram chats, and the group of active recruiters formed an association, in fact, enterprise. Even though they didn't claim to be an enterprise, the FBI or the prosecutor could say that it was, in fact, an enterprise. In modern RICO cases, courts have accepted that online communities and social media networks can qualify as an enterprise under the law. Here's what they would say about the pattern of racketeering activity: that the group engaged in multiple acts of wire fraud using social media and the internet to promote and collect money for fraudulent investments, and that those acts cross state lines through the internet, which satisfies the interstate commerce requirement. If you're just now tuning in, this is Talk Law Radio. I'm talking about a hypothetical situation that shows you how the RICO statute can be used to prosecute somebody that's just in an online network using social media and communicating online. So back to the case. Well, the FBI would say that this person's consistent posting, recruiting, and accepting referral payments were conducted or participated in the affairs of the enterprise. See, they may not have advertised that they were a group or an enterprise or an organization, but taking all the facts, the FBI and the prosecutor could say that they were in fact an enterprise. And they would say that this person's activities show that he was a member of the enterprise, even if he has no official membership card. Prosecutors could argue that he showed willful blindness, continuing to promote the schemes even after seeing red flags and complaints from people who lost money. And what would this person's defense be? I didn't know it was illegal. I thought it was just normal side hustle stuff everyone was doing online. Well, you should know, if that thought ever enters your mind, I didn't know it was illegal, remember that ignorance of the law is no excuse. That's why you should listen to Talk Law Radio on Saturday mornings, Sunday afternoons, and any time on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and search for Talk Law Radio and look for the Lady Justice logo in the red, white, and blue colors. And if you see the little bell, click that also. That way you can be notified every time I drop a new episode. I've been talking about a special case where a man was sentenced to 40 years in federal prison for what he did to children. He was targeting teens online through social media, gaming apps, and other online communication. This is something we need to protect our children from. Know who your children are chatting with online. Know who they're playing online video games with, because that's how this person was targeting children in San Antonio. So the outcome of this hypothetical but realistic case could be that this person and several other active members would be charged with RICO conspiracy, along with substantive wire fraud counts. Because RICO allows for substantive enhanced penalties and asset forfeiture, the government would be able to go after not just the money that he made, but also argue for broader liability based on the entire operation. He would probably accept the plea deal. So this case demonstrates how someone who starts with a seemingly innocent social media activity can cross into serious federal criminal territory when the activity becomes part of an ongoing fraudulent enterprise. Again, I want to reiterate how horrible, horrific, and evil the acts were that this person did to children online, and the fact that they're trying to spread discord and chaos throughout society. I'm sorry that I had to be the bearer of bad news. I think it's important to know what evil is doing out there. Pray for our children in this community. Pray for our children and grandchildren to avoid the confrontation of these terrorists online. And pray for the FBI and the federal prosecutors to find and jail these people so that they can't continue to torment our society. I'm Todd Marquardt. This is Talk Law Radio. This is stuff I talk about all the time on the radio, on YouTube, and on podcasts everywhere. Share it with your friends so that they can protect their children. We have to stand up to evil, and we pray for the Lord to help us. I'll talk to you later.
This has been Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt, brought to you by the Marquardt Law Firm. You can learn more at marquardtlawfirm.com. And be sure to listen to the full Talk Law Radio show Saturday mornings at 11 on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
Most families don't realize they have hidden legal blind spots until it's too late. Wills, trusts, Medicaid planning, even protecting a business. These are the kinds of issues attorney Todd Marquardt helps uncover before they become problems. Todd is the host of Talk Law Radio, where each week he guides listeners through the legal challenges families, veterans, and business owners face, while showing them the practical steps to protect what matters most. Catch Talk Law Radio, Saturdays at 11 a.m. on 9:30 a.m. The Answer, 6:30 a.m. The Word, and now in Houston on AM 1070 and 103.3 FM The Answer, or anytime on YouTube. Planning isn't just about documents. It's about peace of mind, security for loved ones, and building a legacy that lasts. Don't wait for a crisis. Do it before you die.